Who's the best miner between Astegon and Digitoise? Folks are saying that Astegon can one-shot the nodes. That's true. Okay, it's pretty cool as well. But I think it actually gets rid of some of the ore. Okay, this is... Also, if you're out here mining ore like this, it sucks because you have to then slow walk everywhere. It doesn't get rid of the ore, I don't believe. It combines into stacks. At a certain point, why would you do this? You make an auto mining base, and then it just becomes a matter of who's the best auto mining base for ore and coal, and then who's a good POW to have to mine sulfur. One-shotting sulfur is nice, but having to go pick it up like this... It's not actually, you wouldn't be like this. Sulfur is way lighter. More, you wouldn't really find the easiest sulfur spots that are not going to be... Guys, this is ridiculous. The best sulfur spot isn't in a clump like this. But 312, one-shot that. It's not bad. On base settings, if you're on crack settings, you get like 1,000. Now, with the Digitoise... For ore mining, it's obviously not as fast, but outside the base, that's what it looks like. Sulfur, way faster. I have a mod where I get PAL souls, and it's kind of nice. I'm not going to lie to you. Because having an open chest to get PAL souls, it's just, it wasn't for me. After 400 hours, probably like 100 that's like being logged in, I got that mod. Anyway... Let's go ahead and show what sulfur mining looks like, because I think that that's what's more important outside the base. I'll be showing the inside the base a bit later in the video. So for sulfur, the best place you can go, not early game, but eventually is going to be here. Because you teleport in, you TP right here, and the sulfur is literally to your right. These stutters are going to be the death of me. Why are there Toku here? I still don't understand that. And the damage that this guy does to sulfur is pretty cool. I won't lie about that. So you can hit 4 nodes. Not too shabby. And if I have the Wumpos with me, which I would, it wouldn't be that bad. So I don't hate the idea of this, but the problem that would arise is you can't get every node. Digitoise can just spin. And I think that is really efficient. So maybe you could do both if you really wanted to. Some quick clarification, Astegon and Digitoise are both fully condensed and they all have work speed buffs. Work speed only affects one POW when mining ore, coal, and sulfur and stuff, and that's Digtoise. I have on Astegon, but it doesn't do anything. But how's the damage inside the base? Because for the longest time, he did like 1 or 2 damage, but now he does 8 and 7 to ore. To coal, it's like 9, 8, 11. For some reason, coal takes way more damage. I'm not sure exactly why. These are big damage numbers, though. I'm not going to count every single one. I refuse to keyframe that and count. If you want to, you can. I assume it's in the ballpark of, at minimum, 110 each spin. At maximum, probably like 120, 130, which is really high. So that's a 4-star Digtoise, which work speed does affect him in the base, but only him though. I'm not sure why. It's very strange. If you don't believe me, use Musclehead and see how slow he spins and how long it takes to actually channel the spin. So then we go ahead and compare that to an Astegon and Astegon. Yeah, I think Astegon's correct. Who can range hawk. He does 95. 98. 98. So he's doing below 100 damage most of the time to these ores. And he's not that fast. This guy's spinning. This guy's just constantly pumping out deeps, bruv. Like, sure, we have the multiple hits versus the bursts. But I think that Digtoise is doing more damn. There are some pros and cons, though. Dude, when you don't have Swift, how is it that slow? And we're already seeing a con right now, Digtoise. He is always freaking hungry. More things I learned from Average Jonas. If your Digtoise is eating too much, if it's interfering with his work performance, give him some pizza. It'll keep him fuller longer. It'll give him more nutritional value. It'll basically make him go from being hungry to full. Whereas with what I was using before, salads, it's not as filling. And that makes sense, even in real life, kind of. And also, you might want to give your Digtoise, if you make one, Swift Runner and Work Slave Artisan. You'd have 80% work speed from the work traits, and you'd have movement speed. And it's not that much different, I don't believe, from having full work speed. I think at a certain point, it becomes a lot. And so you might benefit from having the move speed. Just put it out there. And he also has to sleep through the night. Digtoise has to go to bed. This guy doesn't. But for some reason, he's idle. Why you weakened? Wait, the weakened might be throwing off these results. Weakened. How do you get rid of that? It's a shot, right? It's in this cabinet. Weakened. We have the medicine. That could be affecting some stuff here. I think it actually might be affecting the damage. I want to see myself inject him. At that angle, probably not. But, okay. Is the damage any higher now? You're on a short break. I just freaking shot you up. You've been juiced. See, Digtoise doesn't do that. He doesn't just go in La La Land. He's on a mission. He has a goal. He has a plan in mind. What's going on here? Nope. The damage is still the same, 95. Can you one-shot or two? Or coal? You can. Interesting. I think aside from it being cool, it's not all that practical. Because sure, you can one-shot ore sometimes, I guess. But then you have to carry it somewhere. And the closest TP in this case is pretty far away. Or I guess you can bring your own base with you. But that means that you'd have to just keep a spare base at all times. So at the moment, I just don't really see Astegon being that wild. And the way that I farm stuff outside my base is it's not usually clumped up like this. Sulfur, the place I go, is in like a straight line that's kind of spread out. So using this guy, I'd have to wait a decent time for my cooldown to come back up. So I still believe that Digtoise is better outside the base for what I use it for, and also inside the base just because of the comparison that was shown. Diggy just claps out. Sure, he eats more and he has to sleep through the night, but I still think that that is better personally. Although, to each their own. I just wanted to showcase that Astegon does a lot of damage like that if you care for that kind of thing. You do need to have Thunderstrike, which is going to be a hard thing to get. It's like, I think usually found on skill trees on the top left of the map or north. If you want to get the lightning strike, I suggest, which I don't know if it's like a real thing or not, looting the skill fruit trees around this area, and around this area. There's a map I'll probably show on the screen as well. You can go there yourself. But I think those have a high chance of giving you stuff. Maybe even in the bottom of the map, there are ones that have a good chance of giving you good stuff. Like, from this area, I've gotten a lot of epics. So I assume the skill fruit trees in the desert area, in the frost area, and then in the lava area will give you a higher chance. But I've heard folks saying you can get them in lower level areas as well. In conclusion, I think they're both good. Digi, get back in the shot, brother. We're still filming. And there's drawbacks, there's pros, there's cons, sure. And it just comes down to what do you like? What do you prefer? I do think it should be considered that flying pals have a tendency to get stuck. That will get fixed eventually. And potentially, they might make it so work speed affects the other pals when they're mining ore and stuff. And if that happens, you could see a crazy thing occur. You could see some insane mining potential arise. But for now, do what you want to do. The easiest route is to have Anubises and Astegons at base level that have any stats you want, really. Like, preferably like the diet stuff. And that's the easy route. The more efficient one would be having Digitoise in terms of mining output. But hey, do what you wish. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Peace. Lightning strike!